Hey, folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. We are sorry the computer just shut down. We are going to change that computer out, Destiny, at 10:05. If you can, I'll let Samantha know. We're going to have a meeting and change that computer out. Let's do this. So we're talking about, we don't miss what we were working on. Wisconsin, what happened there? Let's talk about voter fraud. We know Nancy Pelosi wants to have money to nationalize elections and stop you from going to the polls. Let's play Trump's response one more time, just like we did a minute ago. If you can get that video back in, if you have it, let's play that response. Okay, is it in your email? Do you have to put it back in? All right, she's working on putting everything back in. So let me just say this. The president said it's horrible, vote by mail, corrupt, out-of-state ballots. They tried to do a gotcha moment with Trump, but you were in Washington, D.C., and you voted in Florida. Yeah, I'm commander-in-chief. You know, I needed to vote up here, okay? Thousands of people sitting in their living room, signing thousands of ballots is what he said, to dump in. Early voting, the earliest voting, he's not a fan of. You remember yesterday I told you I do not like early voting. I do not. I like election day, okay? Democrats are really good at the long game. I just have to tell you, they are good at the long game, all right? And we're going to get into that because I think I have to share that this morning. So we've brought it from Wisconsin, okay? Nancy Pelosi wants a stimulus package with COVID-19, which we're questioning what's really going on here, that says we'll take over the federal elections. We want to federalize elections. We will take it over. We want vote by mail. There'll be money in there, resources, okay? Let's play the video now if you have it, and then we're going to go into some pictures. I know you're working on that. So let's play the Trump's response to vote by mail.
Mail-in ballots for voting.
I think mail-in voting is horrible.
You voted by mail in Florida's election last month, didn't you?
Sure, I could vote by mail for that.
How do you reconcile
because I'm
that?
allowed to. Well, that's called out of state. You know why I voted? Because I happen to be in the White House and I won't be able to go to Florida to vote.
But let me just say, well,
there's a big difference between somebody that's out of state and does a ballot and everything's sealed, certified, and everything else. You see what you have to do with the certifications. And you get thousands and thousands of people sitting in somebody's living room signing ballots all over the place. No, I think that mail-in voting is a terrible thing. I think if you vote, you should go. And even the concept of early voting is not the greatest because a lot of things happen. But it's okay. But you should go and you should vote. I think you should go and you should vote. You look at what they do where they grab thousands of mail-in ballots and they dump it. I'll tell you what, and I don't have to tell you, you can look at the statistics. There's a lot of dishonesty going along with mail-in voting, mail-in ballots.
Okay, so for the...
All right, a lot of dishonesty. I'm texting while I'm driving here with the mail-in ballots, okay? So let's move it down to Georgia real quick. Our Secretary of State, now stay with me if you're national and you just came back or you're going to watch this later. Okay, our Secretary of State, number, where's he at? Number 14, he is a Republican, Brad Raffensperger, okay? And he wanted to move. He did move the March primary, federal election March primary, to May 19th. But what we understand in a trade-off, the Secretary of State of Georgia, okay, traded the Democrats for, ready? Everybody gets an opportunity to vote by mail. Well, they don't like when you hear that. No, we didn't. We are going to give you an opportunity to cast an absentee ballot if you're uncomfortable. No, you gave every Georgian an opportunity to vote by mail. Now, he says GOP chair in Georgia, David Schaefer, was in on the negotiations. We've yet to hear from GOP chair David Schaefer, or I've not gotten any reports yet that the GOP chair agreed to the vote by mail option. So our Secretary of State, Brad Raffensperger, said, we're going to send out 7 million plus applications for absentee ballot. Now, most states in the United States, with the exception of a couple, an absentee ballot, you have to request it. He took that away. There's not going to be a request. They're already out in the mail, sent to you. No questions asked. You don't have to request. Second, absentee ballots are supposed to have a check off of the reason you need to be absent. Because in Georgia, we encourage, personally, your state too, go cast your vote on election day. I don't like early voting. The president said that. But the corruption is so rampant with the mailing. So he says, okay, number two, you can request. Everybody that is registered in Georgia can request. Everybody. Three, he has been asked so many times, and I love this, he has been asked so many times, what are you going to do about fraud? So he knows how the president is looping him into the corrupt vote category for Georgia. He created a task force. Well, Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger created a task force, a voter fraud task force. That seems to be popular. Just tell folks there'll be a task force. Oh, that'll save us all, right? Now, Stacey Abrams loves what Secretary of State Raffensperger has done. Stacey Abrams, look her up. The Democratic chair of the the Democratic chair of Georgia loves what he has done. He is being praised. Now, this morning, number 82, you have that. Georgia Democrats launch program to boost vote by mail. Do you have 82 or are you still putting those in? If you're still putting those in, okay. As soon as you do, put that up. Georgia Democrats launch program to boost vote by mail. Let me say this, folks, okay? Because I'm going to wrap this up in a little bit. I have told you for how long. Now, why is November? Think about when the coronavirus hit. Think about what we're going through. We're all stuck in our homes. Think about what you have accepted just because somebody told you something. Think about the move they are making with vote by mail. Think about what they're doing in these states. Think about it. And now add to Fauci coming out, which I think Fauci needs to go. Fauci coming out and saying, okay, hey, we have to prepare for a second wave in the fall. Fall? Would that be September, October, November? Fall. So what we will do is we'll scare you back in your house just in time to vote by mail to get the correct number of corrupt ballots to stop Donald J. Trump from being president. What else? Maybe to flip state houses like Wisconsin to Democrat. What else? Flip state houses like Georgia to Democrat because the census is going on. It's 2020 and the Democrats want to redraw the lines. They want to flip their state Supreme Court. They want to flip the Supreme Court nationally. They've got their people on hold, okay, to retire. Ginsburg. If you get Ginsburg and you get Clarence Thomas, list goes on. But they want to flip the Supreme Court. They want to flip the state Supreme Court. Don't worry about the Senate and the House. We'll get there later. They want to flip the state houses. Why? They want to redraw the districts to go in place for who? The Democrats. That's what they want to do. They're going to yell gerrymandering, okay? Gerrymandering, not jury, gerrymandering. So let me show you this just for, I have done this. You need to look these people up. Here's number 18, okay? The fair fight. The fight for fair. Fair fight. Stacey Abrams. There's Obama and Eric Holder. If we're going to secure fair maps for the next decade, Democrats need to win critical battles before 2021 redistricting. We are on the right path. In the past few years, the NDRC, National Democratic Redistricting Committee, has helped fair map Democrats make big gains, winning 9 governors' races, flipping 8 state legislative chambers, and winning 3 state Supreme Court races. I've been bringing this to you for 2 years, folks. If you're new to the show, this is what I do. I've been bringing this for 2 years. Now give me number 19, right? Number 19, the NDRC. The political system is broken. The fight to fix it is now. Look up the NDRC. Look up who they are, what they're doing. Okay? That's what's happening. That's what they want to do. All right? Now, I want to go for something else. Hang tight. Here's number 9. Here they are. Here's the 2. Okay? See if I have something I want here. Let's stay with the picture on the number 18, Barack Obama. Now, let me go to something that I have here, and we'll talk about it. Okay, Georgia Democrats launch program to boost vote by mail. Second. I have it here. Vote by mail, vote by mail. Okay. Sorry about that. I got it here. I'm going to bring it up. Just stay with me if you don't mind. Take a second. Okay. I got to go through this. I have so many. States with vote by mail: Colorado, Hawaii, Oregon, Utah, and Washington. Colorado, Hawaii, Oregon, Utah, and Washington. Okay, wonder what that is. Now, I did this months ago. I call it too close to call. Okay, election night. Too close to call. I'm going to give you a prediction. We're going to move past this, all right? State of Georgia, Brad Raffensperger, and I'm going to close with them, and the governor of Georgia, Brian Kemp. Too close to call. Election night. Now, will not be the count for Wisconsin. You did not get up and see the count for Wisconsin, did you? No. Everything will be in play in November. Coronavirus, everything in November will be in play. The elections will be too close to call. You will not get up. Write this down, 4/8/2020, okay? Write this down, 4/8/2020 at 9:27. Destiny. You will not get up Wednesday morning after the election in November. And my point is, you will not know who is president of the United States, okay? It will take a while, is my opinion. Now, the states have Secretary of States. They send the certified, okay, they send the certified election results to the Electoral College. Okay, remember Bush, George W., hanging Chad, the Supreme Court. Well, the Supreme Court said that the Secretary of State's signature certifying the election was acceptable because that's their role. Once that's done, the Secretary of State sends election results to the Electoral College, signed. All right, certifying an election. All right, so what's going to happen election night? You're not going to get up and know who won the election. That's my opinion, okay? It's going to be too close to call. And let's just say this. So let me tell you a couple of states. For example, Arizona, the Secretary of State is a Democrat. Democratic Secretary of State, Arizona. Watch for too close to call. California is a given. Colorado's not a given. Colorado probably would go for Trump. Secretary of State, Democratic. Too close to call. Let's go to another one. Hawaii, we're not expecting that, so we'll be okay with that. Maine, Democratic Secretary of State, probably would go for Trump. Too close to call. Now let's get to some other ones. Michigan. Democratic governor Half Whitmore, who could be Joe Biden's running mate, and the Michigan, which Trump won last time, it took, 3 days to finally put it in the Trump category last time. Think about it now. Secretary of State is a Democratic Secretary of State. Too close to call. Here's the one I'm looking forward to. Minnesota. Was Trump 50,000 votes away from Minnesota? 50,000? Interesting. Going to be Democratic Secretary of State, too close to call. Secretary of State is not going to sign off on these, okay? Now, New Hampshire, Democratic Secretary of State, too close to call. What if Trump would win Jersey? Why do you think he's saying a lot of nice stuff about the Democratic governor of Jersey? Because they probably have internals that say Jersey's up for grabs. Democratic Secretary of State, too close to call. Democratic New Mexico Secretary of State, too close to call. Here's one, North Carolina, all right? North Carolina, the Tar Heel state. Too close to call. Elaine Marshall, Democratic Secretary of State. Do you see that one? Pennsylvania, Kathy Bukovac, what the hell? Kathy, Pennsylvania, Democratic Secretary of State. Too close to call. Let me see if I have another one on here. Virginia, Democratic Secretary of State, Kelly Tomlinson. Too close to call. And Wisconsin, we will end in the W's. Wisconsin, Secretary of State, Democratic, Doug LaFollette. Too close to call. Wisconsin. Damn. We'll end with Wisconsin. Now, Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger in the state of Georgia and Brian Kemp in the state of Georgia, they have blown it, okay? The governor, Brian Kemp, came out, 2 weeks ago or 10 days ago and said it was a game changer. Coronavirus, asymptomatic, could be you heard the thing. It was a game changer. I just found this out. It was a game changer. You have seen out there, the national media has blistered Governor Brian Kemp of Georgia with, I just found this out, it's a game changer. So if Brian Kemp comes out and says, I'm going to move the election, I just found out, because at that same press conference, the governor of Georgia, Brian Kemp, said, I don't have the authority to move the election. Well, if he comes out and says, I just found out, that's another one. So he can't do it. He politically is going to stay away, right? Second, Brad Raffensperger, Secretary of State. He's going to create a task force. He can't come out and say, I've got the authority to do it, because he has too many interviews, with one being here that says he doesn't have. Watch what happens in Georgia. These two people have totally bumbled the election. I'm your host, BKP. We brought it all the way around of what's going on. We're going to come back. We're going to talk about the lies they're telling you about really quick, the IGs that are getting fired, the political move with Black American voters, and whatever else. So take us to break.
Circuit World has 9-piece living room packages at incredible prices. Get this stylish sofa and love seat, 3 tables, 2 lamps, 43-inch 4K TV, and stand, all for only $1699.99 or $129.99 a month. Or get this 9-piece living room and reclining sofa and reclining love seat, now only $1999.99 or $149.99 a month. These packages are amazing. Stop in today at one of our 5 locations and get the furniture you've always wanted at Circuit World.
I'm Jeff Riblett, President of Asset Protection Group. As a certified financial planner and with 20 years experience, I've helped thousands of families and business owners create a tremendous amount of wealth. Fortunately, most of that wealth has been protected. Don't allow an unforeseen life event, such as a nursing home stay or the next market meltdown, destroy your family's wealth. Be smart. Call me. Let's determine how best to protect your assets and preserve your wealth.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
It's been 4 generations of family ownership, tens of thousands of customers, and more Chevys than we'd ever be able to count. And more than 60 years later, when we say Days gets it done, we still mean it. With the North Georgia Mountains lowest Chevy prices, a huge selection, and outstanding customer care. See Days Chevrolet in Jasper, and let's get it done. Days Chevrolet. Days gets it done. Find new roads.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Okay, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. If you're just joining in, we're sorry. We're going to change out computers today. We have experienced that our computer we're using now, which is actually very new, just shuts down about every 3 weeks. So we're going to change it out today. So we apologize. And if you're, picking up the second half of the show, the Georgia governor, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. May 13th, the Georgia governor is not going to work. Because let me tell you why. I have stories of millions and millions that you can read of people that are trying to process their application for paycheck protection, the emergency funds from SBA, unemployment, and it's not working. Now, bureaucracy, and that's what the problem is not President Trump. The problem is not Steve Mnuchin. It's bureaucracy. So Governor Kemp is extending the state of emergency until May 13th. I don't think it's going to work. So I have one more video. All right. So let me just explain something. I like to do something in ways that I can actually get the explanation in. It's called the Press Association, the White House Press Association, and the White House actually does not run it. They allow an association by members to pick who gets to go into the room. Now, the White House is starting to say I don't want this one in there or that one, or on given days. So Jim Acosta is there on Mondays and Thursdays or whatever, however they're working it out for the social distancing. Now, OANN, One America News Network, all right, they have been getting kicked out of the press conferences because they ask actually accurate questions of the president, and they are an accurate news source, okay? They've been getting kicked out, but in a room full of progressive, deep state, corporate, corrupt media, propaganda tools that belong to us, they bring in a communist, right? Do you have that one video? It was the last one. We played all the others today. Should have been one video we've not played. Do you know which one it is? If you do, let it roll.
I mean, I hope they're going to honor the deal. We'll find out.
China, are you cooperating with
I don't
China?
know. Who are you working for, China? Do you work for China, or are you with a newspaper? Who are you with?
Hong Kong Phoenix TV.
Who owns that, China? Is it owned by China?
Hong Kong.
No, is it owned by the state?
No, it's not. It's a private owned company.
Okay, good. Okay. Look, I'll let you know. I'll give you a good answer to that in a few months. I wanted to see what they do, because it's time for them to help us, okay? It's time right now for China to help us, and hopefully they do. And if they don't, that's okay too. But we signed a deal. It was signed with great goodwill and spirit, and it's time that our farmers benefited, our manufacturers benefited, and we'll see whether or not that deal is honored.
Okay. Hong Kong, China, who are you working for? I haven't seen you in this room. How'd you get in here? So who brought the communist in? Now, we have a communist in there. Number two, this young lady, far-right cable outlet, far right, MSNBC, far right. They're never put up far left with their name on it. Far-right cable outlet suggests media is siding with foreign state propaganda. They are. The World Health Organization, corrupt. Trump says no more money. So they kicked her out. Trump didn't kick her out. Okay, here's the young lady, number three. This is her. They kicked her out. Trump wants to know why they kicked her out. Now, number four, who invited the communists? Number four. Okay. Number four, let me see if I can get something here. I thought I had it up. Coronavirus, 6. Let's see. I may not have that. Okay, inside business, number four. Okay. You will never make it. Trump mocks reporter after he asked about Inspector General's report on hospital shortages, right? They're all bent out of shape of these hospital shortages. That's Jon Karl. He actually is the chair at this time of the White House press corps, that he is the chair of the committee that picks who gets to be in the room and gets credentials. Jon Karl, ABC, brought the communist. Just saying. All right, one more break, because when we come back, we're going to do pictures really quick. Okay, so let's do a short break. All right, and let's come back and do pictures for our last segment of the day.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in Ellijay, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair, and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
Hey folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. We have 12 minutes. I want to run through some things here. I lost about 10 to 12 minutes today that I was going to do a segment The World Health Organization, yes, we should defund it. The media is going nuts. And the inspector generals, they're not independent. And we want to go through some of the lies the media is telling. We don't want to leave without number 82 one more time. Georgia Democrats launch program to boost vote by mail. Okay, they're going to work on it. All right, it's going to happen. Let me do this. Let's not forget number 81, 5.850,000 population in Wisconsin. Number 80, as of yesterday, 95 deaths, 28,000 test negative, and only 2,681 positive cases out of almost 6 million. Number 79, Wahoo opening back up. Let's not forget they're communist China. Think about what you're doing. And a governor just now extended ours to May. Don't think it works. Number 78, Trump predicts painful week as death toll soars. CNN there. Number 77, New York City reports 800 plus deaths Tuesday. Okay. Now we want to, this is the vote strategy, stop Black Americans from voting for Trump program. This is how it works. Number 76. Now we do the testing and the models based on what's going on. So why in these states, stop and think about, they're testing that many Black voters. So you could be walking around. Here's what I mean. No racist comment. You could be walking around testing positive. You could walk around with the COVID-19. You don't know it. Why in certain areas are they making sure they go in these areas to test? Wonder. Number 76, Michigan. Black population is 14%, yet 40% of the deaths are Black people, 40%. Go look up the numbers to cross. Black population in Illinois, number 75. Stop a brother from voting campaign. Black population, 30%. But why 72% of the deaths? Interesting. What if they're skewing the numbers just a little bit? 74 to scare a brother to death. Hey, man, I want that corona. You need to get up off me, man. So number 74, 33%, Louisiana, 70% of the deaths, though, are Black. They have to call in Jerome. Call in Jerome, the brother, to explain why are the brothers in the area dying, my man. Jerome, can you tell us that? So number 73, U.S. Surgeon General, Black population at highest risk. Oh, damn. Now they have to call in the activists. They got the headphones on. They're at home, all right? Number 72, here's a lady that she's explaining the reason the brothers is dying. She does the female Malcolm X on CNN is because they live in poor conditions. What the hell? Yes, the streets is dirty. They live in poor, don't have good schools. What the hell? All right, so they went Malcolm X. Here we go. 71, lockdown being lifted in China. They're communists. Here is number 70. Oh my God, California governor, curve bending and stretching. Here is right out of the box at 4 a.m. Number 69, Trump slams World Health Organization, threatens to cut off funding. Okay. Let me move past some of these here. Oh, here's one I just got to give you. I forget this young lady's name, number 66. She is with MSNBC. Trump faces criticism over slow coronavirus response. That will be daily, that Trump was slow to respond. Now, this same little info chick, whatever her name is, with MSNBC, I think she's Politico. She's got the glasses on. She's in her apartment. She's got the webcam all up in her face. She don't have enough room to move it back. But she's saying now listen to this. Remember we talked polling? As governors like Michigan, she said, and nipple rings Cuomo of New York, as governors, polling numbers go up for the handling. Trump's polling numbers are going down for the handling. Get ready. They just got it timed out. Don't want to ruin everything one day. Number 65, Trump continues to fight against the criticism of his coronavirus response. It's everyday criticism, not criticism, because they want to bring that polling number down. It's just not good. Number 64, don't know this guy's name, but Trump attacks World Health Organization. The guy sitting right in the front there. I loved his response yesterday, but that's what you said. No, it wasn't. I don't know, man. I was sitting right here. You know, I got to give it. Every once in a while, Trump he'll say something and the guy say, you just said this. No, I didn't. I was sitting right here. Trump doesn't say, I'm not going against our president, but Trump announces, then reverses 63. Then reverses. Number 63 announces freeze on funding for World Health Organization. Then he reversed it. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. He knows these behemoths that lied, okay, to participate in the orchestrated economic collapse of America. I mean, it's only 6-8 weeks ago that we were the envy of the world, and China was having a couple bad years. Yeah, just say it, okay? He did not. He said he might wait till after this and think, 62 NYC virus kills exceeds 4,000, topping toll of 9/11 attacks. Why? Who's thinking up the comparables? Well, if we can make this look like 9/11. Remember that day? 9/11. How many times could you do the comparable of a flu, a comparable of drunk driving, comparable of any abortion, anything, and compare it up to 9/11 or wars? Number 61, close till ban lifts. They closed your business, America. Number 658. Now, let me say this because we're running out of time. I want to do a full segment on this. Trump removes independent watchdog tasked with overseeing coronavirus funds. Now, I went in, and as I told you yesterday, this is the guy yesterday. Trump said, no, you're not going to oversee the funds. These are not independent watchdogs. First of all, let me just tell you this. The president of the United States has every legal right in his authority to dismiss an inspector general at any time. They're not independent. They're bureaucrats, if you'll go into it, and they used to be with the Department of Justice. So you will find these people that used to be with the Department of Justice under Eric Holder for 8 years or 6 years and Loretta Lynch for 2 and Obama, and then moved into these positions. All right. Obama has been backhanded, moving these people in positions for certain times. I believe the deep state is in full force here. He's not doing it. Number 57, Trump removes independent watchdog tasked with overseeing coronavirus funds. This is the guy that was overseeing the whistleblower, right? Trump had every right, okay? We went through that. Let me go to 53. Trump removes watchdog tapped for $2 trillion virus rescue oversight. Bureaucrats, if you'll go in and look at these people's record and where they came from, they're in their 20, 25 years. They're not independent. They're set up to make a president much like Trump fail. Okay. Let me go to this one. 47. President Trump, I will protect you if your governor fails. All right. So he's trying to make you governor. I mean, all of a sudden, states' rights are not, no, we don't want a state anymore. We want a president. There's a thought to be a progressive. All right. 46, excuse me. I will protect you if the governor fails. Wait a minute. This one here. 42, the New York Times. Virus deaths hit near high, but hospitalization slow. They are discharging more people than they're taking in right now in New York. And we need a couple days for that data. Number 41, Fauci, their data shows Black people are more likely to die from COVID-19 than any other radical group. Okay. Data shows black people are more likely to die from COVID-19, number 40. Okay. Here's the memo, number 34. President Trump claims he has not read Peter Navarro's memo detailing potential pandemic. Did you read the memo? Did you get the memo, sir? When did it happen? Let me tell you, the date of the memo that they say Peter Navarro wrote in the White House, all right, that Trump should have looked at. I'm just asking you to go back and look at all of these dates and see from somewhere in January to the 1st of February, if we're not dealing right before Christmas, all the way through the presumed pandemic that was coming, move that impeachment. Boom, it's over on the 5th, not 2 weeks later. We are ready with our next crisis. And we know, I'll bring it up tomorrow, who got fired over saying that on Fox. I know it's 10 o'clock, but let's go to number 33. President Trump attacks World Health Organization. Okay. Stephanie Grisham. I want to get this one. I want to go with the lies. Okay. Number 32. Stephanie Grisham out at the White House press secretary. Kayleigh McEnany set to take over. They're trying to go with crisis and chaos in the White House. Not happening, folks. Mark Meadows is the new press chief of staff. Mark Meadows wants a press secretary to work for him. The former press secretary, no chaos. My understanding is gone back to be chief of staff for Melania Trump. So no chaos. It's not unusual that your chief of staff, Mark Meadows, wants a press secretary. That's all that happened here. Number 31, we're almost done. We're running a little late. President Trump claims he has not read Peter Navarro's memo detailing potential pandemic. What were we doing during this time? Huh? Working every day with Trump impeachment defense attorneys? Holy crap. Okay. See if there's something else I just got to make sure you see. We're going to talk about this tomorrow also because there's so much we didn't get to, and I am sorry for what happened. But here's number 13. Here's what's trying to be sold by the media. Number 13, Washington Post. Trump's dismissal of competent officials is an attack on accountability. Number 7, New York Times. Number 7, Inspector General fired by Trump urges whistleblower to bravely speak up. Michael Atkinson. Let me just go with number 6. Fine, the Inspector General, Fine, that they're all talking about, was appointed Inspector General of the Department of Justice by Bill Clinton in 2000. And here he is. Number 5, and these are bureaucrats set up to help Trump fail. We will do more on this tomorrow. Sorry about the blip in the middle of the show. We'll correct that today. I'm your host, BKP. We'll be back tomorrow morning. Take us out of here.